Oh, my eye is tripping again. My husband is so loud. I know it's gonna take y'all a minute to get in here because YouTube um be acting stupid and don't want to send out. What is she eating? What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. YouTube be acting crazy. But you know what? Oh, I should have put some lotion on my face. Some, here go a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna use a little bit of this. Cause my face is coming off dry on this camera. I know y'all ain't doing nothing. It's a holiday. Y'all at home. Y'all ain't doing nothing. You ain't cooking. You ain't doing nothing. So you may as well come on. You might as well come on in here so we can talk. Because last week I was waiting for part two of this Jacksons of Atlanta saga. And if you don't know who the Jacksons of Atlanta is, you're gonna have to go and look on YouTube because they get mad when people use their content and they strike people's channels. So I'm not going to show any of their pictures or content or anything on here. This is just going to be commentary. So, the Jacksons of Atlanta are just that, a couple. It is a family from Atlanta, a husband, a wife, and let me see, two sets of twins. So that's four kids, four boys, because it's two sets of twin boys, and then a singleton. So they have five children, and she's pregnant. She said pregnant with one, but on some of their social media, they're alluding to the fact that she's pregnant with twins again. But they've already said that she was just pregnant with one baby, that this pregnancy was just one baby. But they're still alluding to the fact that it's a twin on social media. So Friday, they posted a video that they had lost a baby. And the video, the title of the, I can just go in because the title of the video is easy to find. The title of the video Friday was "We Lost the Baby." Okay, and this was part one of a two-part situation. So the title was "We Lost the Baby," and the thumbnail is Mahogany, which is the mother getting into a ambulance, crying emoji, broken heart emoji, ambulance, the whole 9 yards. So in that video, it's showing them going to the hospital via ambulance. They called the husband Justin called the ambulance to come and pick up Mahogany because she's having chest pains and not feeling well. Gosh, the internet popped off. The ambulance comes and picks her up. Let me make sure I'm back because I don't want to go through this whole story and I ain't even here. Because I don't want to go through this whole story. Okay, yeah, I'm here. So the ambulance comes and picks her up and takes her to the hospital. And of course, because before they left the house, they did a EKG on her to see, wasn't anything going on with her heart, because of course, if it was, they wanted to stabilize her before they put her in an ambulance. So I guess everything must have been fine after they did the EKG. They went on and put her in the ambulance and transported her to the hospital. So when they get to the hospital, of course, because she is pregnant, they take her to labor and delivery first. They take her on up to labor and delivery. They hook the baby up to the monitor. Nothing wrong with the baby. And so when they couldn't find anything wrong with the baby, Mahogany starts complaining about chest pain. And the way that she was describing her chest pain led the doctor to believe that it was costochondritis. I have also suffered from costochondritis for years now. Um, it comes and goes, especially it seems like I have it more in the winter than I do in the summer. And costochondritis is inflammation of the chest wall in the middle part of your chest, inflammation in that area. And they can tell that it's kind of costochondritis because if you touch it in a certain area, you can feel it. I can't explain it, but it does kind of feel like you're having a heart attack because it feels like it's deep down in your chest. It does feel like when you have, like the first time I had it, it feels like chest pain. It feels like you're having a heart attack. If you've never had a heart attack before, you're scared that you're having a heart attack. So I agree. So guess they, ruled everything out. Oh, and they did an ultrasound and found out that she had gallbladder issues. She knew she had gallbladder issues. In between her pregnancy, she should have taken care of those gallstones and she didn't. So they did see that she had gallstones, but I guess, they don't want to operate on her or do anything while she's pregnant. So let her go home. And the title of that video, oh, for the worst. So the title of that video was Preparing for the Worst. And the video going with aftercare instructions on how to, I guess they probably want her to see a cardiologist to, because she's still complaining about, chest pains. I guess they want her to see a cardiologist to have a ultrasound done of her heart, and probably later on get those gallstones taken care of. If you're going home, how are you preparing for the worst? If you're going home, if you're being released from the hospital, obviously there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing serious enough for the hospital to even admit you. So I'm just wondering, how do their subscribers and just say, "Oh well, God bless you. I'm hoping for the best." You're lying. You didn't lose the baby. The baby is alive. The baby is fine. Stomach just as big and round. She showed the belly laying on the couch when they got home. You didn't lose the baby, and you're not preparing for the worst because everything is fine. And them coming home complaining about the hospital staff, Mahogany saying, "Oh, well, I don't understand why, if you have a cardiology floor and a lung floor and this floor and that floor, why they, couldn't fix the the emergency room is for emergencies. They're not going to fix you there. Normally, if you come in with something, I went to the emergency room not too long ago because, okay, I was having chest pains. They did the majority of the testing there. They tested my blood to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack. When they rule out all of the emergency things, stuff that you can do outpatient, they want you to do it there. The emergency room is for emergencies. And once they triage you and find out you're not having a heart attack, other things you can do outpatient. The emergency room is not designed to cure you. It's designed to take care of things that are happening in an emergency type situation. And then refer you back to your primary care physician or to a specialist or whatever. If you are serious enough to be admitted to the hospital, then certain things will be taken care of while you are admitted. But if you're not serious enough to be admitted to the hospital, you can take care of things on an outpatient basis. Even when I had the stress test, the doctor was like, you could have it here, but you're really not sick enough for us to admit you for you to have a stress test in the morning. We really can schedule you a stress test and you can have it within a day or two. And that's what they did. I was not admitted to the hospital because after they did my blood work, it ruled out a heart attack. I hadn't had a heart attack. You know, my heart was not, they did an EKG, they did blood enzyme, and they ran a test. Like when they do a blood enzyme for a heart attack, they run a test once to get your numbers, and then in 2 hours they have to run that same test again to make sure that those numbers hadn't changed. So they ran a test twice like they're supposed to. They did an EKG and they did a CT scan. After they did those things, they your heart, you have the heart of a 58-year-old woman. Your heart looks like it's supposed to look for your age. It's not showing any signs that you've had a heart attack, you're having a heart attack, anything like that. So we're going to let you go home and we're going to set up a appointment for you to come have a stress test because we do want to do a stress test on your heart to see how your heart performs then. But they did that outpatient. So I think some people don't understand what the emergency room is designed for and what it's not. And I think they didn't understand because they came home talking about what, you know, didn't happen in the emergency room, and they were upset about the way that they were treated in the hospital when they were treated in the hospital like they were supposed to be treated. You can't. And I'm going to really be honest that I don't think anything was wrong with Mahogany. I think their views are down, and they're grasping at straws at this point for content, because he could have taken Mahogany to the hospital in their car. They could have drove to the hospital, but it's more dramatic and it looks better if we call an ambulance. It's gonna look good for views. Hey, honeybee, it's gonna look good for views if we call if we call the ambulance, and then we put that in the thumbnail, and then I'm videoing the whole thing. You think your pregnant wife is losing your baby and having a heart attack, and the first thing you think about is setting up a camera so that you can get the whole thing on film, and you're taping the whole thing. You're videotaping the ride in the ambulance. You're videotaping when you get to the hospital. I don't know what is going on with the internet today. It's windy over here, but it's not that windy. It's not windy to the point where the internet should be going out. As a matter of fact, let me in this computer too. And I have to call Apple because I got a weird message that said that my phone was being used for another iPhone or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be so mad if this damn cord is not plugged into the wall. Please be plugged into the wall, Jesus. Okay, it is. Yay! So I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand for what, and I don't understand the subscribers of the Jacksons of Atlanta, because nobody in the comments is saying y'all a bunch of liars. It's nothing wrong with the baby did not die. They didn't lose the baby. The baby is fine. The baby's still in her belly. But none of the subscribers are saying anything unless they are deleting comments. Now, they could have their editor going in, deleting comments or anything that says, the word lie or liar, or, the baby still, any adult, they could have their comments filtered or something, because I don't understand why the comment section ain't lit up. Excuse me. Ain't lit up. Because they're lying. The baby is fine. And why? Why would you? The husband is supposed to be a minister. Why would you want to lie on your child like that? Why would you even want to speak that? The Bible even says death and life is in the power of the tongue. Why would you even want to speak death on your unborn child? Why would you want to say that? And it's not true. It's nothing wrong with your baby. The baby is fine. The baby is healthy. Like, if I wanted to create content, I would be like, our cat died or our cat ran away. Like I said, Gizmo was a crackhead. Y'all know Gizmo ain't smoking crack though, right? Gizmo looking like, what? Don't be using me as content. But I'm not even going to say that Gizmo died as a joke. I wouldn't even say that. And he is a dog. Now I'll say he a crackhead because he have crackhead tendencies. He do be out here acting crazy sometimes. But I'm never going to say that he died for content or somebody in my family died. I'm just not going to do that. That to me, that is the worst thing in the world that you can do. Legit out, when I do this, I'm trying to show you my nails because maybe StreamYard is having a problem today. I'm not really sure what is going on, but I hope it doesn't mess up the. You know how the audio. I hope it doesn't mess up the syncing of the audio. But I'm watching Connection Rejection. I don't know what she cooking. I think those are salmon croquettes. I don't know, Jesus. I don't know. I should cut that off because that's a distraction. Let me cut this off because I don't know what the hell that is. And she making me nervous. I had to cut that off because every time I look over there, she throwing something else in that skillet. And the skillet is only so big. And she didn't put in the salmon croquettes, rice, brown, onion rings, and Brussels sprouts and everything. I cut that shit off because she be sending me to the moon sometime. But anyway, I don't understand why their subscribers are not in them comments saying y'all lying. And say one lie. Y'all better not say a damn thing to me. You better not say shit. Cause y'all be letting these other content creators lie and you fall for it. So if I come on here with a scam or a lie or whatever, you better not say nothing. You better just take that lie and run with it. Cause I be seeing some of y'all over there in these crazy people lives and stuff. She was behind on her rent and everything, and she out here shopping at Ross's. Y'all shopping at Ross's, buying them old ugly dresses. So don't say nothing if I come on here lying. Like my husband said yesterday, you ought to be making up content anyway. That's what people do. Ain't nobody on social media real. This ain't real stuff. People just out here lying. And whoever can lie the best win. Cause lies get you views. I'm gonna be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, smelling crack, wandering around my house in a house dress. I'm gonna start my whole, oh my God, it's a crack. Because that's what gets views. Like, you can't be a normal person on social media. I'm about to go crazy. You got to be crazy now. You can't just be a normal person. Y'all don't like normal people. Y'all like lies. Y'all want somebody to lie to you. You want that. You want to be lied to. You don't want nobody to tell you the truth. Let me tell you what happened though. I tried them press on toenails. Toenail press on toenail people. I need y'all to make the toenails a little bit bigger because I'm not one of those people that have tiny toenails. Some of us have big toenails. Okay? I have big toenails. I have big, healthy toenails. I don't have them, that little slither of toenail on my toe. I got big ass toenails. And I need big toenails. Like, let me show y'all um what these toenails, what are toenails here? Jesus. Let me show y'all what these impress. See, y'all gonna be like, oh, now she lying. She lying. It ain't no such thing as press on. Show you how tiny they are though. Who out here with little tiny ass toenails like this? Must be the white women. So look at this. This the toenail right here. I'm holding the little holder part. That's that's how little the toenail is. Whose toenail is that small? Not mine. I got real toenails on my toes. Like I got toenails where if I go get my nails done, the nail lady will probably be like, "Oh no, you extra. You pay extra. You got big toe. You got big toe." I got big toenails, so the fake nail on my big toe, my actual toenail is sticking out slightly. Like you can't really see it. I'm gonna go to the I can't find my file. I'm gonna go to the beauty supply. I'm gonna go to the beauty supply and get me my sister-in-law. I'm gonna